Hey, it's Eve-Yasmine and you're locked into Rhythm in Britain.
Hey, it's your main man John here, back with Rhythm in Britain with our series Get to Know, where we sit down with some of the best and upcoming R&B talent in the UK and get to know them a bit better. So today, I'm really gassed to be here with Eve-Yasmine. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with several random questions, just to get to know you a bit better.
Yes.
So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. If you could eat at one restaurant for the rest of your life, what restaurant would that be?
See, I love this question. You're starting off with food. It's a passion of mine. Oh, that's still a difficult question though. I think I'm going to stay true to my roots. I'm going to choose a Moroccan restaurant because I'm a big fan of Moroccan food. And I'm going to choose Souk. It's where I just filmed my latest music video and they do a really good tagine. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Okay, cool. I'll check that place out. If you could make music in any decade, what decade would it be?
Wow. That's a difficult question. But at the same time, even though I would love to go back in time, I really love the freedom we have right now and the mixture of people around and talents and how things have developed. So I'm actually happy being in this decade right now. So okay, I'd say in the present.
In the present, not the past, the present. Okay, I like that. The one person that's actually loving times now.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things which aren't great, but there's some things at least we can focus on that are positive. So,
oh man, yeah, I respect that. If you could have one producer producing an entire album of yours, what producer are you picking?
Is this someone I've worked with or haven't worked with?
Haven't worked with, someone you aspire to work with? All of it.
I was literally thinking earlier of, because I watched your last interview and I was like, I'm going to say the first name that's in my head right now, Timbaland. Yeah.
Respect. Okay. Oh, what is your favorite film of all time? You have to pick one film that you love.
Again, I'm going to go straight. I'm very much like instinct person, like straight one off my top of my head, Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
I'm not going to give you horror movie like nothing too complicated, just a bit of light-hearted fun. I used to go around my best friend's house, Karishma, at the time, and we used to just watch it all the time as kids, and it was just like our go-to film, and we'd be so happy like after watching it. So
I never knew, and I found out recently because I've got Disney Plus. Free if you want to just work
so collaborations
work there. But no, I found that was a remake. I never knew it was a remake. I thought it was an original.
Yeah, and I've seen the original, but I like the remake. Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan. Man, I think it's crazy because when I was young, I thought she was a twin. Like, I thought it was Mary Kate Ashley. Yeah. But just doing one person,
I thought it was done so well, and just like the characters and the storyline, it's really feel good. So,
no, she was way ahead of her time.
100.
Okay, cool. If you could go shopping with any artist, which artist would you go shopping with?
Gwen Stefani.
100%. Why Gwen?
She's how old is she now? Like 50? And she looks incredible. And I just love how many different styles she's gone through in her whole career. And I've always looked up to her, like how she presents herself as an artist. And she's so creative. So I really think a shopping trip with her would be fun. Okay,
yeah, Gwen Stefani is a good shout, man. If you could feature on any existing song right now, which one would you choose? So any song, you think you got a good 16 to add to it, which song are you picking?
Peaches,
Justin Bieber.
And I know that might seem like an obvious choice, but when I heard it, it's just, I've got a lower tone voice, like I'm an alto. So when I hear male songs, I naturally am like, okay, this is a song I can cover and I want to cover that song. And I just feel like, yeah, I could swim on that one.
Okay, yeah. I could swim on that. I like that one. That's what you did. I'm going to use that. I'm going to swim on this. Okay. You're held hostage. You're held hostage and your kidnapper says you have to recite a lyric, the whole song, perfectly. If you do it, they'll let you go. What song are you picking? And it can't be any one of yours.
Okay.
So what's, you're like, I've got this one, I've got this one.
Okay, damn.
It can't be any one of yours. Recite it fully, they'll let you go. Which song you picking?
Estelle American Boy. Minus Cardi's part.
Minus Cardi.
Because I don't know Cardi's bit lyric for lyric. But Estelle's song, like I used to sing that at every single open mic. Like I've sang that song to death. Like Estelle, she's amazing.
Yeah, man.
So that would have to be my song.
True. You know the maddest thing is that I think what lockdown for me and I've realised is that music is long ago. Because that song's like 10 years old, or not, I think it's 10, 11 years old. And I was like, nah, it came out like 2-3 years ago.
It does
like,
not feel like that.
Yeah.
It still feels so fresh. And I feel like sometimes when artists manage to create a song like that, which has that timeless feel,
yeah, 100%.
it lasts, like it really lasts.
So we're gonna get into your music and talk about your latest single, The Healer.
Yeah.
Your music is crazy because it's just a mixture of so much. Like it's got the pop, got the R&B feel to it, and we're not even going to talk about your multilingual with us popping in French and all the stuff in there. Like it's really sick. So how have you gotten to that place where you can really do your music so effortlessly and then still take all the different influences involved?
Firstly, I appreciate that a lot. It's taken some time. I think as an artist, you're constantly trying to find your sound and develop. And I've worked with a lot of different people and my journey's been a bit crazy. Like I've been in 2 gospel choirs, been in 2 girl groups, worked with different producers. And as a result of doing all of those different things and like learning where your voice fits, also just trying things completely out of your comfort zone and growing as a writer has enabled me to eventually find a spot where I feel like I've got that freedom to express myself, but I'm also really clear on a direction I want to take. And it's just nice to be in this stage now. And also to meet producers who get it and are willing to try different stuff with you. Or like, for example, Centris, who produced The Healer, we've got a song that we're working on. And I was telling him I really would love to bring in some of the Moroccan sounds into my music. And we've got this music called Gnawa in Morocco. And he's added some of those sounds into an R&B song. Yeah. So I'm so gassed for that release. Like it's just something totally different. But I think being willing to experiment yourself and being open to work with different people and then find those people who are open-minded too and are excited, because this really shows as well. Like when you're genuinely passionate about something and excited to express yourself that way, it shows.
I like that when artists tell me that you can tell when an artist finds that producer, because I didn't, before I even started interviewing artists, I thought, producers, they're dime a dozen, like you pick here and there. But when artists convey that, my producer is sick, because they're all this like, you talk about, how did the sound go? I was like, no, my producer helped me. And I think when you got that collaboration, it just works so smoothly.
I agree.
So let's talk about The Healer. I really like it because for me, it reminds me of the 80s, 90s, old school hip hop.
Yeah.
And the flow was amazing. So tell me more about that track and how did it come about?
It's crazy because I'm really thankful to lockdown actually for how so many things have happened.
The one person thankful for lockdown.
No, obviously, I'm not thankful for the situation that's happened, and that's a very serious one. But we were put into this lockdown situation and we've had to make the most of it. And I started finding different beats on YouTube and just writing, posting. And The Healer started as that. I just woke up and I really felt an urge to express myself in that way. Certain topics were on my mind. And I found this old school hip hop beat on YouTube. And I lean towards that kind of sound when it comes to rapping. But maybe it's the pace, the tempo of it. Just, I feel more inspired to write on that kind of beat. So it started off as that. Posted it on my IGTV. It got way more views than all my other videos. And I was like, okay, people really seem to connect with this for some reason. And there's another artist called Shael who introduced me to Centris. And I was telling him about it. And I went and asked Centris, I was like, would you be up for reproducing this? And he vibed with it. And we did this all over Zoom. We haven't even met before. And he's in LA. So this track has that influence of US hip hop meets girl from Northwest London who loves to write. And that's how it happened. But it's been crazy to see it go from just this little right into a YouTube beat to now like a full release song and music video. So
I like also how you kind of expressed the location, but also how you've adapted with the circumstances of COVID, doing it over Zoom. How was it? Easy? Was it hard to kind of, like, you haven't met, but to kind of get that connection where you're like, can we try this? Can we try that? How was those Zoom sessions? How was it able to make the healer?
You know, some Zoom sessions, are dry. So, like, it's not always going to be good. But with Centris, it was sick. Like, he's got such great energy about him and he works fast. Like, I think he might have finished the healer, like, in an hour. Like, I can't remember how short it was, but it was a short amount of time. And I'd sent him the vocal that I did on that beat. Like, I isolated the vocal, sent him that. So he already had, like, something to build around. But yeah, he was super quick. And he's a very positive person. And he's like your hype man as well as producer. Yeah. Like, he's like, yes, let's go. And, you know, it's so refreshing to, like, work with someone like that who's as hyped, if not more hyped than you. Yeah. Because, you've got to be excited about what you're working on.
And it spurs you on as well. It's good.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about your EP that you dropped last year. Fan Fatale, am I right to say?
Correct.
Yes. Got it. So it's your debut EP. Mm-hmm. Tell me more about the musical side of it and how was the process creating that, getting the beats, writing. What was the musical side of it like? So
all those songs are produced by a really talented producer called Epsiode. He's from South London, and I met him as a result of collaborating with other Moroccan female artists. And that was kind of like a girl group situation. And I'm still in touch with all of them and recorded this amazing studio called E11. So that's how I met Epsiode. And around that time, I was telling him that I was like looking for different beats, and he sent me a sample pack. And I'm going to say this story now because I can, because I'm no longer in that job. So I was working as a receptionist. It was really quiet in the office. Yeah. I was actually supposed to be training someone else, and she's also a singer. So she understood the needs, and I received this email with different beats, and one of them was called Trap Jazz. And I played it, and I was like, whoa. And I just started, like, you know, spitting some lyrics and everything. And then the girl was like, well, you need to, like, write and record this right now. So I was like, okay. So, like, got on my phone, just recorded. And I literally, like, wrote most of Wild Run at my reception desk. And I left work that day, and I was like, SBR, I sent him a voice note, and I'm like, look, I know you have a lot of people wanting that beat, yeah, but when I say I'm like, I need that song. And I said, look, this is my idea. Let me know what you think. And he was like, it's yours. Fair enough. And then after Wild Run, I wanted, like, a follow-up from that. And I was telling SBO, like, I really wanted to try and write something uplifting. My mum brought to my attention one time that a lot of my songs were quite sad and depressing. Shout out mums. Yeah, I know, shout out mum, keeping it real always. And it really made me think, like, gosh, like, let me look back at what I've written. I need to switch it up. Yeah. So he sent me the beat, which is now Glow Up. And when I heard it, I just felt, like, inspired to write something uplifting. So I wrote most of it in London and finished it on my first solo trip to LA. And I was in the studio at the time, and I was recording with this really talented producer called Reda, who I met through Instagram. And I just, it was such, like, a magical moment. And I remember sending my family Glow Up on WhatsApp. And even my brother, who will be, like, silent on everything, was like, this is sick. Like, you know, them ones when even the siblings start complimenting, you're like, okay, actually this song might have some potential here. And it's turned out to be, like, the song that's really helped get my name known more on the UK scene. Because, like, prior to that, a lot of my music was getting love in Morocco, France, US, but not really the UK. Not sure why, just one of them things. And Glow Up has helped, like, me break open some doors. Break open some doors. And I'm really grateful for that. And then Fan Fatale happened because my dream is to sing and write songs for movie soundtracks. Yeah. And I thought, let me make a song that puts that message out to the world. So one day some film producer's gonna see that, like, yep, I want you on my soundtrack. And I was really inspired by James Bond. Like, I feel like as a singer, that can be, like, one of the best things you could get asked to sing and write on. And there was this whole thing about Idris Elba playing 007, and I wanted to incorporate that. And then also I was thinking about James Bond movies, and I thought, what about making a song that focuses on the female characters? So that was the inspiration behind Fan Fatale, like really focusing on powerful female characters, and also like doing, little shout outs like Idris Elba, like James Dean, like iconic film figures that have inspired and made so many films. So yeah, that's where the whole inspiration for the EP came from, and also wanting to start to slide in, the other languages as well.
Yeah.
As we spoke prior to the interview, French had been one of the languages that my family speak that I didn't initially speak. And I used to have a terrible accent, and a lot of people would make fun out of me. So it's been really nice to have a song where people say, oh, your accent's, it's pretty good. Like, yeah, no thanks to you. But I'm proud, I'm really proud to finally be in a position where it's mixing the languages and showing, a little bit of where I'm from and my dreams, but within songs. So I know that was a very long answer, but
no,
I'm passionate about it.
No, it's good, because listening to it, you could just tell it was done in a way, I think personally, everyone's like, yo, John, who's Eve-Yasmine, I'm like, listen to Fan Fatale, and then I think it just broadcasts all what you can do. And I think it's good when artists do that, because once you've done that, you can just be like, okay, cool. This is like my project that's basically shows the best version of myself, because it's not just like we see artists do one song or do a couple of songs where it's just ballads or a real old school R&B, but for you, I think the project just shows all your range, and I think it's good, because then from then you can okay, cool, now I can go on to other things, and I think it's really good especially for a debut project to show that range.
I think a lot of people will focus on singles, and don't get me wrong, I still believe that's a very good way to go about things. But for me, some people are like, why are you dropping an EP? Like, why didn't you focus on getting more people to know about your music first before giving out? Firstly, I'm like, it's not that many songs. Also, it's like, before anything else, why are you doing music? Because you love it and you want to express something. And I've got an idea in my head, and I want to showcase it in a certain way. And when you're able to say, you've got an EP or you've got an album, that's a big deal as an artist. So the album's next. So
the one thing I loved about the project was the videos on it. Like being in lockdown and seeing all these different locations, I'm like, bruh, let me out. I want to go there. I want to go there. So tell me more about the going to these locations and having look like a great time. What was the creative process like to get to these places and actually put these videos out there?
I've got some crazy stories, I feel like all my music videos have some backstory behind them. So let's go in the order of the releases. So Wild Run, that was my first solo trip to LA. I take some risks sometimes. I connected with a filmmaker online. I put out a post on this site called Mandy.com, and they've got a US division as well. So I thought maybe I can find a US based filmmaker there. And I did. I found this guy called Yarden, and his work's amazing. He usually does a lot of fashion, but I saw he could do music videos too. And I just thought, oh, it'd be so good to create something with him. So I hit him up. We were in touch. And literally, I landed in the evening, and the morning after, I meet up with Yarden. We film in his setup, and then we drive to a desert. Just me and him. And I mean, luckily, this guy was cool. Amazing guy, really talented. But I look back and I think, Eve, you are wild. What were you doing? And he was like, I know this spot, which will be a really great place to shoot. And it was deserted sheds and just, these Joshua trees and this whole landscape, and the sun was setting, and it was absolutely incredible to be there. And I think the following day, I looked at my skin and I was covered in bites. So there was definitely some mosquitoes or some kind of bugs around while I was filming. They're like, yep, you're going to take some of her blood today. But that was really cool. It was quick because it was sunset. So we didn't have a lot of time. But I remember when I met up with him a few days later and we were looking back at the footage, we decided to end up just doing the whole video with the desert shots. like all the other stuff. The desert was just so special and different and spontaneous. They were like, that's the direction for that. Fan Fatale, Eve, order.
Order.
Get it old. Glow Up.
Glow Up, yeah.
So Glow Up, I really was thinking, okay, I want to play on the word glow. And I found this venue called God's Own Junkyard in East London, of course, because nothing's ever in Northwest. But it's okay. One day soon come. And I remember just like looking at pictures of it online and just thinking, wow, like this would be like, literally lit. So again, I contacted the owner and rang them up a few times, eventually got through to him, told him about what I was trying to do and made it happen. And Mal Visuals, he directed that, and he also directed Fan Fatale. And Glow Up was our first time working together, and it was so much fun. I had like my makeup artist Tamara on set with me, and it was just good vibes, like really nice atmosphere. And Fan Fatale, oh my god, I'm like, how much time do we have in this?
Good time.
So many different stories. Okay, so Fan Fatale, I was like, yes, James Bond is UK, but I'm speaking in French, and how cool would it be to shoot a music video in France? I was writing for an artist based in Paris, so I was going to be in Paris anyway. I thought I could kill two birds with one stone in this setting. So I was thinking, it's lockdown, semi-lockdown in Paris. How can I get around doing a music video? So I asked one of my friends who has a car, and I was like, look, if I go in an Uber, I'm gonna have to wear a mask all the time, which is gonna mess up the makeup. Would you be like happy to help me out for my shoot? And it turns out this friend that I asked has a really nice car. So I was like, can we use your car in the video? You're like, yeah, he was so chill about it. The guy that I'm writing for works for this company that had a parking space really near the l'Arc de Triomphe. And it was actually just behind it. And I couldn't believe it when we got there, because I'm like, this is crazy. Like, we've literally got a parking space next to this really famous monument, and we're allowed to be here. Like, so we shot some scenes there. I did a collaboration with a boat in front of the Eiffel Tower. Like, this is where I feel like, as an independent artist, when you don't have a budget, the magical side about it is you hustle hard. And you have conversations that you might not have had if you had the money. And yeah, it's difficult, but it's also super exciting and really rewarding when you overcome these challenges. I mean, I can't tell you how many blessings and dodgy things happened on that trip too. Like,
blessing and dodgy things.
Like makeup, I was going through Instagram, using hashtags, and I found this makeup artist, and I was like, she is amazing. Couldn't afford her, so I started contacting other people, and then people were being flaky, and I'm like, oh. So I went back to her and I was like, look, here's my situation, here's my budget. Is there any chance you could help? And she said yes. And while she was doing my makeup on the first day, I just had been informed that we couldn't get the boat on the same day. So now I'm like, I can't afford makeup for a second day. Don't know what I'm going to do, but anyway, go through it. And she's doing my makeup and she was like, so it's just today your only shooting scene? And I was like, no, like we're shooting tomorrow, but you know, like I don't even know what I'm going to do. She was like, why don't you come model for me tomorrow? And she was like, I'll do your makeup. I'll get you the best hairstylist in Paris.
Whoa.
Thank you. Like crazy stuff like that happening. So I went to hers, which was outside of Paris, you know, had this whole beauty glam day and had another look. And I'm just so grateful for all these different people that were helping me out to make this happen, especially Idris as well, who helped get the boat location. But just crazy how these things happen. And two guys tried to rob me as well. That was the dodgy bit as well in the underground. But luckily my reflex and quick response.
Sure.
No.
Northwest came out like,
got the Fan Fatale here. Like, don't worry, you're not getting nothing. And even if you did, it's not going to be a lot because everything's spent on the music videos.
No, man, I feel that. One artist I really love, Little Dicky, he did a thing years ago where he was like, I'm not no budget for a video shoot, and we're gonna do the most extravagant video ever. And he's vlogging the situation, and he just saying it's crazy how human beings kind of work out with each other. They're just being generous and help each other out. Like, she killed two birds with one stone, you killed two birds with one stone, and it created for me a really sick video.
Thank you.
Nah, it was really good.
I need to check out the one you're talking about. That sounds like Little Dicky's one.
Yeah.
I haven't
Honestly,
seen that.
It's funny. It's funny as hell. There's one part he's with what's my man T-Pain, and he's like, T-Pain, can I quickly shoot a video quickly, and then it's long.
Crazy.
So prior to lockdown, you did your debut headline show.
Yes.
At the O2 Academy Islington. That's it. Yeah, there's too many O2 academies. So what was it like doing that?
Amazing. But everything amazing comes with its obstacles too, so not sure which sides you want to hear, but let's focus on the positives. Amazing band, like absolutely incredible. I had my sister, my best friend on stage with me doing backing vocals, musicians that I'd known for a long time on stage with me, and that was the first time I'd ever done a performance with my songs with a full band. First time both my parents and my siblings had come to see me perform. So like before anything else, like that really meant a lot. Like I had good people around, good talented people around. Like, wow, they sounded incredible. And then on top of that, so many people came out to support. And it's like, that was my first ticketed event. I was nervous. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I was also determined. Like when the promoter hit me up and they sent different venues that you could pitch to perform at, and O2 Academy Islington, of course, was at the top. And it said the amount of tickets that you need to sell. And I just thought, that sounds like a gig that I would want to go to. And I feel like other people would want to come and see their friend perform at a venue like that. So even though the other ones had like, you know, bring less people type thing, I thought, actually, O2 Academy, I've got a stronger chance of bringing people.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just try it. And if it flops, it flops. So I sold all my 45 tickets and then asked for more. And then as I was starting to sell more and more, the promoters were like, your ticket sales are going really good. Like, we'd like to promote you to headline act. And this was like a shock and like, I was speechless. But as a result of that and some unfortunate events, 2 acts dropped out. And I wasn't sure how the actual night was going to go. I brought in one of my good friends, Styles J. So he came in to perform last minute. So like, again, people coming through and just like, you know, this is still going to go ahead. Nothing's going to ruin the O2 Academy Islington. And it was a sick night. Like, I really felt like, you know, this is the beginning, even though it wasn't the beginning, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously Corona, but still, it's a poster I've got up in my bedroom to remind me of where I'm heading and what's possible. And yeah, great night.
No, man, you got some good stories. You got some honestly good stories and uplifting stories. So we always ask this question, everybody, but what other UK R&B artists are you listening to at the moment or people should check out?
I want to shout out my friend, August 12th. He's just hit 2 million streams.
Yeah, my guy is sick.
Independent. And like, I've seen how he works and like what he's doing. And I just feel like we're so quick to jump to promote like people we don't know, but there's always like really talented people around us that we've got a platform to say someone else's name. I'm gonna say it, so I'll say August.
August is sick, man. I always love male R&B, and he's like one of my favorite guy probably in the UK that I'm like, yo, this guy's sick.
100.
And he's always been doing stuff for ages, and yeah, amazing, talented guy. So we're going to play a game called Jump or Dump. It's one of my favourite games. So I'm going to give you 2 artists.
Okay.
One artist you're going to jump on a track with, make some magic. The other one you're going to throw in the bin, never to be seen again. Blacklisted, they're gone. You ready for it?
I'm ready, but I apologise in advance, people.
You have to, it's tough one, it's tough one. Okay, cool. Ooh, let's go. First off, we're going to go with 2 princes. The Prince of Pop, Michael Jackson, and the symbol himself, Prince. Which one you're going to jump on the track with? Which one you're going to throw in the bin?
Why are you doing this to me? Oh my God. Again, first name in my head. Jump on a track with Michael Jackson.
Oof.
And Prince, I don't want to put you in the bin.
Yeah, it has to happen, man. The symbol has to go away and MJ survives. Okay, cool. We're going to go with, I would say, I was going to say 90s, 2000s, but one's mainly 90s, one's 2000s. But we're going to go with Destiny's Child or TLC. Which one you picking?
Destiny's Child.
Yeah, Destiny's Child, man. Okay, cool. We're going to go with New York's finest Mary J. Blige or Lauryn Hill?
Oh, that's a painful one. Again, first, I love them both so much. But Mary J. Blige has had such a huge impact on me. I'll have to jump on a track with her.
Okay, the queen survived. The queen survives. Okay, cool. Woo. We're gonna go with Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Hey, Whitney Houston. Didn't even think about that. Whitney Houston.
But Mariah again, queen. Just incredible.
No, you throw her away. Don't try and butter her up now. The damage has been done. Okay, cool. We're gonna go with some dancing legends. Okay, cool. Dancing, singing, they do everything. Missy Elliott or Aaliyah? Which one are you picking?
Okay, so I did street dance as a kid, yeah. I won some street dance competition and got into street dance, literally, it just instilled the love of R&B in me so much. And the amount of times we'd do a routine to one of Missy Elliott's songs, she's iconic. I love how much positivity she continues to spread. So as much as I love Aaliyah, and rest in peace, she's absolutely incredible, I'm gonna have to go with Missy.
Okay, Missy. I love how you butter people up before you throw them in the bin. No, listen, you have to
it's not in me.
You have to cut people like savagery here, man. Okay, cool. Last one. Ooh. Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine.
Let me finish. Jasmine. Okay, cool. Or her.
Oh,
no, the confidence now, is it?
No, I'm still gonna go with Jasmine.
Let's go for that. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Jasmine.
But hers, she's so talented.
Yeah, super talented.
Really talented. She's so gifted. And the collaboration with Jasmine was next level. Levels.
Yeah, no, man, it's good, man. Yeah, so what can people expect from you going for the rest of the year?
So, as mentioned before, I really want to do an album, and I'm going to change the want into I'm going to. So, speak it into existence from now. I'm going to make an album happen. I've got different collaborations in the works. Going to continue creating with Centris, absolute whiz. And I'm just excited to see where we can go as music artists this year, what's going to be possible, but definitely releases of music videos. Regardless of what is happening, lockdown, no lockdown, those will be the next few things.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Get to know Eve-Yasmine. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.